Hello, and welcome to this model. In this model, we will talk about what qualitative research in UX design is. Qualitative research actually looks at the why. It looks at the reasons for why users take a particular action. So in this model, we'll explore the importance of qualitative methods in UX UI design and also talk about how it provides rich insights and shapes our design process. Let's get started. The first question to ask, what is qualitative UX research, or what is qualitative research? So qualitative research is a very powerful method that we employ as a UX UI designer to unravel the motivation, the thoughts and acts of our target audience, that is our users. Unlike quantitative methods which focus much more on numbers and statistics. So qualitative research looks into the human experience because we are trying to build products for humans. So let's take an example. Some examples of qualitative research methods include user interviews, we have diary studies, we have focus groups, we have card sorting, and also usability testing. Of each particular method that I mentioned offers a very unique lens to which designers can understand users on a much more deeper level. So the question comes, why qualitative research? For this question, I want us to understand this. I mentioned earlier that qualitative research looks at the why, and its main cause is to understand the fundamental question of why. So this goes beyond observation and provides a much more detailed understanding of the product, of the people that are using it. With understanding the question why qualitative research, we have to understand the difference between what qualitative research is and quantitative research. In understanding the question, we have to understand the difference between qualitative and quantitative data. Let's take a look at it. So while quantitative data tells you what is happening, qualitative data delves into the whys behind specific user actions. It helps us to uncover a much more underlying motivation of user actions and helps us to get holistic understanding of the entire product or the user journey. The quantitative data helps us to understand what is happening. That is the numbers, the statistics of the users. But qualitative data looks at why users take a specific action on specific parts of the user journey. So based on this, we'll talk about what qualitative research methods are. So I mentioned it earlier. I mentioned some qualitative research methods, which I said are user interviews, field studies, we have diary studies, we have focus groups, right? So this particular approach that I mentioned earlier, it involves a much more direct observation of the user and studies the users, which allows UX UI researchers to capture real life insights of how the users interact with the product. So the benefit of having this particular method is very enormous because it gives us a vast understanding of the particular sample size that is testing the product and also helps us to understand the topic at hand, which makes us to make very, very informed decisions when we are crafting user experiences. That is all about qualitative research. That is all about qualitative UX research methods. Now let's move on to the next topic. That is application of qualitative research in our design and product development. So in UX UI design, qualitative research plays a very important role because it gives us designers the tools to make informed decisions throughout the design and product development process. So armed with these particular insights about user motivation and their thoughts and attitudes, so us as designers can create much more user-friendly and empathetic solutions which understand the user and solve their problem. As we move on to conclude our understanding of qualitative user research, I want us to always remember that qualitative user research, it looks at understanding the why, which is a very important attribute because we end up understanding the users and building user-friendly interfaces. By embracing qualitative methods, you are not designing for yourself, but you are designing with the user in mind. That's all for me now. Thank you very much. I see you in the next one.